and David Brunetti, Catherine Scaramella, and Paul Rosselli.
My name is Eugenia Marks. I reside in Providence. I hold My name is Eugenia Marks. I live in Providence, Rhode Island. I hold a master's degree from Brown and served 35 years with one of Rhode Island's leading environmental nonprofits as a policy director. I've also been a part of an intervention before the EFSB over the Ocean State Power case, and so I have some familiarity with the board's operations. I'm also familiar with the act which I cite in this letter that I will provide you with a copy. So the requirements for protecting the environment and the economy of the state as this decision is made are at the forefront of what I'm going to continue. Climate change warming results from the accumulated burning of carbon compounds such as natural gas, petroleum products, or coal, and from methane, nitrous oxides, and fluorocarbons escaping from various sources, including natural gas production and transmission. Methane is said to have a warming potential of more than 20 times that of carbon dioxide based on short-term 20-year calculation and 80 times more based on a 100-year time scale. The proposed Infinergy plant before you will burn natural gas with an option to burn oil. The developer claims that carbon dioxide emissions in the region will be reduced, but that assertion is based on assumptions about the retirement of current coal and oil burning generators. It is also based on assumptions about least cost procurement and the relative prices of oil, natural gas, and coal in future markets. If the price of natural gas increases in the future due to costs incurred to protect the environment from escaping methane, then oil and gas plants may continue to operate. The opponents claim that methane is leaking as natural gas is fracked, released incidental to oil production, or transported has not been adequately considered or factored into the carbon polluting potential of the proposed plan. Related to the directives quoted from the Energy Facility Citing Act, I would like you as the Energy Facility Citing Board to consider the report explaining ocean warming, causes, scale, and effects and consequences, published September 5th, 2016 by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, the IUCN. As you well know, oceans cover about 3/4 of the earth and are therefore of paramount importance to the function of terrestrial as well as to the direct impact on marine and estuarine waters. Ocean warming means that both marine and associated aquatic habitats will change, attracting or causing to flourish species that can withstand warmer temperatures. These warming changes will cause a cascading effect on the web of life in our bays and offshore waters. Of local interest in this IUCN report is the increase of jellyfish, comb jellies, or ctenophores, in the waters of Narragansett Bay over the past 20 years or so. That's on page 214 of that report. Ctenophores compete with fish larvae for small floating food, plankton, and an explosion of ctenophores caused a collapse of the fishing industry in the Black Sea in the 1980s. That's from a report from the University of Washington. Researchers from the University of Rhode Island Graduate School of Oceanography have documented warmer Narragansett Bay waters, particularly in the winter, and noted that these warmer conditions will be conducive to increased ctenophore production. In addition, URI researchers find that increased ctenophore population can lead to oxygen depletion, particularly in the coves of Narragansett Bay. And there's a citation, V. Sullivan from Science Direct Elsevier Publications. Warming of the bay over the past 25 years has been well documented and has resulted in alteration of its species composition, favoring those that are more typical of warmer waters to the south of Rhode Island. One example is that the warming has increased the time period favorable to one of the most abundant abundant jellyfish species of ctenophores. These predators on many other bay species, for example, the larvae of shellfish and the species upon which larval fish depend for food. The jellyfish are now active earlier in the spring, reducing the predator-free window that used to exist before the bay warmed. Against the plankton prey, the food supply for floating larval stage of lobster, shellfish, and finfish.
Eugenia, excuse me, you're at 5. Can you wrap up, please?
So I am asking that the board consider these methane components that will contribute to global warming, because it will affect the fishing industry, or it may affect the fishing industry in Rhode Island. Lobster fishing in the bay is an important part of our economy. And I have asked that the application be denied at this time until calculations for the impact of methane. Even though methane currently exists, there will be increased fracking to produce enough gas for the demand, the increased demand to fuel this plant. And I have outlined it more carefully in the written document. Thank you.